Hello, my creative friends. So I thought before the year ends, I want to actually share this last video of the year with you, which I call my year as an artist in 2023. Now, I know that this video might not be for you if you don't really know me. In that case, thank you and welcome to my channel. But I thought that I want to just list down in one video the things that I have accomplished this year as an artist in 2023. So these are like the new things that I've done, things that I have never done before, and I pushed myself, I got it done, and I'm actually really proud of myself. A couple of things that I had on my goals as to do, but I didn't get around to doing it, and why, and how I feel about that. And also my goals for the next year and perhaps up to 5 years ahead from now. It's been a really great year for me, and I've been doing this art thing for just over 3 years. I started my art painting thing during the pandemic of 2020. If you guys don't know already, I started just learning painting from YouTube, from all the wonderful YouTube artists, Jenna Rainey, Emma LaFave. I started my Instagram account, and I think that helped me create a daily art practice. My Instagram account grew, and then I realized like, oh, maybe I could be doing a little bit more about this and, you know, make it into something that I do. So this year has been a great year for me. So let's dive right into the 7 highlights as an artist of 2023 for me. Firstly is in March this year, I started my YouTube channel. So the story of how and why I started my YouTube channel, actually maybe I should do this in another video, perhaps maybe in my 1-year YouTube anniversary thing. But anyway, I started my YouTube channel in March 2023. I started with 3 tutorials of vintage roses. I had never painted and talked at the same time before. I have never taught painting before. I was definitely still a student, and I am still a student, so I just wanted to sort of challenge myself to see if I could do it. And I uploaded 3 videos at the end of February and told my Instagram world 1st of March that I have a YouTube channel. And I was very warmly received. People watched the videos. I discovered my teaching voice. I discovered that I could teach painting in my own unique way. And I may not have gone to art school myself and know all the techniques and all the theory around painting, but I knew how to guide people through in my own way through a painting. And I think I blended a little bit of how I teach yoga. Been teaching yoga for 10 over years now, and yeah, people say my voice is very soothing, and I talk about flow, I talk about, you know, surrendering, letting go, and all those sort of things in my YouTube videos. So 6 weeks after that, one of the videos went viral, and I managed to hit my monetization goal. So in YouTube, to get monetized, meaning to get paid for the ads to be shown on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which is not easy to get at all. Think about it, 4,000 watch hours. But I hit that 6 weeks after I launched my channel, and I'm so super grateful, and to everyone who, you know, watches my videos, subscribes, and today I have almost 11,000 subscribers. So in less than a year I got to 11,000, and I'm really proud of myself. Each video now gets an average of 1,000 odd views, and I have 55 tutorial, like real-time painting tutorials on my channel, a whole load of art chats, some on products and supplies. And yeah, this whole YouTube journey has been really interesting and fulfilling for me. I learned how to speak to a camera like this. I learned how to edit. I did study mass communications in my uni days, so I do have some skill and sort of experience in this whole film video thing, and it's actually a lot easier today to create content like that. So anyway, that's the first thing off my list at my YouTube channel that I started this year. It's a big thing for me as an artist, and I'll go more into that in the future videos and talk about more about YouTube and stuff. The second thing that I pushed myself to do is to start an email list subscription. This was actually in May when I went back to Singapore to visit my mom. I met Jillian, another wonderful floral artist who's also lives in Singapore. She's Singaporean. I met her for a really quick coffee catch up. We were talking about, our art business, career, and all the stuff that we do. And she said, you need to start your email list, Crystal. Get it done now. Create your lead magnet. So a lead magnet is basically something that you create and give for free in exchange for an email address. And I was like, all right, I gotta do it. So I came back and I created my lead magnet, which is 9 Secrets to Loose Floral ebook that I tell everyone on this channel to get it for free as long as you subscribe to my email list. I can't believe how quick or how easy that was. Actually, I used Canva. I just downloaded my heart onto a couple of pages of what I felt, painting in loose floral should really be that. I really love this little piece of content that I created. It's really not fancy. It's not polished in any sense. It's not even edited and designed that well on Canva, to be honest. I could really improve on that. But I feel like it's really my heart about painting in one document. And now today, I think I have 1,100 email subscribers. Yeah, so that's crazy because before in May, I had zero, zero literally. Oh no, I think I did have a small email subscriber, but I didn't have a lead magnet. I didn't talk about it much. But now I do, and so if you get emails from me every fortnight or so, thank you so much for getting on my list. You are my super fans, and I'm so grateful to be able to communicate with you directly like this. They do say that if you're a content creator, Instagram, YouTube can just disappear at any time. But if you have your list of email subscribers, there is a way for you to always be in touch with your true fans and people who really want to hear from you. So that was the number 2 thing that I'm so glad I started this year. Now the third sort of big thing that I did this year was an online 5 weeks painting course with Pennsylvania Art Studio. So they approached me actually the year before. They found me on Instagram and they said, did you want to teach an online course? And I was like, yes. Not knowing why I said yes or how I was going to do it, but I said yes. And they're just such an amazing online painting school. I mean, they have an actual school in Pennsylvania and they run actual courses, but they also have this online section, which I think, really grew during COVID. So I had to design a course. I had to come up with the course content, the modules, everything for a 5-week online live course. Live, in the moment, Zoom kind of thing with actual students. And that was actually the reason why I was pushed to create my YouTube channel, because I wanted to practice talking, and teaching in video format. So I really am super grateful to Pennsylvania Art Studio for giving me a chance to teach online. The course was almost sold out. It's a maximum of 30 students, and I think 27 people signed up for this course. I taught it in August this year, and it was such an intense but really fulfilling time for me, and I'm super grateful that I could do that together with Pennsylvania Art Studio. They have the greatest support team, the tech team. There's this online platform where people can upload paintings to me for review and for sharing and all of that. So I will be teaching with them again next year in the fall of the Northern Hemisphere. So around maybe August, September, I'll be doing another 5 weeks with them, and I can't wait. It's going to be something new, new content. So So the next big thing I did this year was open studios. So I applied somewhere in the middle of the year to say that yes, I want to do an open studio here in my studio in Warburton, Victoria. And I have been to the open studios of previous year where I visited different artists that live around the area. It's a whole weekend where all the different artists collaborate together. And I was like, I really want to do something live in person and to connect with my community here in Australia, in my town, And I knew it might not lead to any huge monetary financial return, but I wanted to kind of was established, not even established, to sort of like initiate myself. Yeah, initiate myself as an artist here. And that's what I did. I did open studios. It was at the beginning of November. It took a couple of weeks to prepare. I got lots of paintings framed. What did I do for open studio? There were meetings to go to. There were videos to be filmed. It took a lot of energy and time. And then the actual open studios was a weekend. I had friends who came to help me, and it became such a beautiful community effort. It was super awesome. I really enjoyed open studios. I'll do it again for sure if I had to next year, and I think this time, because I'm more well prepared, it wouldn't be as intense as an effort. So along with open studios, I wanted to make products and cards to sell. So what I did was I had to make these tea towels that I have using some of my paintings that I scanned, digitized, uploaded, and I also made these wonderful greeting cards. I actually made 2 greeting card sets this year. One I call my As Seen on YouTube greeting card set, and the other one I call Vintage Florals. Yeah, it's all part of the open studio effort for me to make these products. It's no easy feat to go through the whole thing, scanning, digitizing, and then creating products. But I had done this before last year, so it wasn't a new thing, but I just thought I should add that into the whole open studios thing. If you're interested in purchasing some of these, I think the tea towels, I only have 2 or 3 designs of them left, so you can check them out in my online shop. Link in the description below. Which brings me to the next thing that I accomplished this year was my online shop. So I've had an Etsy shop for a couple of years now, so an online shop on the Etsy platform, and Etsy was going okay and great because it's really easy to use. I do like Etsy. They don't take a huge cut or commission from it, so I was using that for a while. But after a while, if I don't push my shop to my community and through my own social media, no one would come to my Etsy shop. And the Etsy shop just, got a bit stale, and the paintings there just got a bit old, and I hadn't updated it in a long time. So I decided to close my Etsy shop, and I want to just migrate everything to my own online shop. And I just sat on that for ages. I didn't do anything. So I basically had no online shop for like maybe 6 months to almost a year, I don't know now. But towards the end of the year, I knew that I wanted to get my online shop up and running again, so I used my website, which is under Wix, wix.com. This is not sponsored by Wix. I hope they do sponsor me one day. Yeah, I used the Wix account and I created an online shop. It's actually not that hard. It's really, really easy. It's not too hard and different from Etsy. It's just that you just gotta do it, right? You just gotta sit down, take the photos, upload it up, blah, blah, blah. And I did that, and I'm really, really happy I did. In the first week or 2, I told everyone about my online shop. I had a sale and I sold a couple of original pieces. I sold a couple of commissions, my wedding bouquet commissions that I do, a couple of the tea towel and greeting cards. So yeah, the online shop was just something on my list, on my mind to do. I got it done. Yay. Right, the next thing I did were 2 Christmas markets. So this is not a new thing. I did Christmas markets last year. I actually started and I started for the first time last year. I bought the marquee. I got all the baskets and the tables and tablecloth. So last year was the big effort to create something that I had never created before. But because I had all this stock from open studios that I've made, I said I want to do a market because I have the marquee and everything. So I did 2 Christmas markets back to back, and I did pretty well, I think, for someone who just doesn't really have a presence in a market presence ever. And I was really encouraged when strangers came by and just stopped in their tracks to say how beautiful my art was and bought stuff from me. I mean, I have such wonderful friends that came as well, that supported me, bought my cards and bought my paintings. But when strangers can't come by and stop and buy, that's when oh, you've got something quite special. So I enjoyed those markets so much. The final thing that I did this year, which I am so proud of, pat on my back, is my first in-person workshop here in the studio, which just happened a few days ago. I last minute decided to put this into my life, into my schedule during my preparation for open studios, I said, you know what, I'm gonna create a flyer. So I just created this flyer, loose floral intro workshop, and I put a date in, 16 December, which is crazily close to Christmas, the time and the price, and I'm gonna put it out there and see if people sign up. I overbooked the workshop. Actually, I was meant to have only 8, but I had 9 because I had a last minute person to say, please, can they come? And it was really hard for me to say no. But, and I was quite shitting in my pants, excuse the language, beforehand, because I wasn't sure, you know, whether I could handle teaching 9 people at once in my small studio by myself. It's one thing to do it online, you know, through video, another thing to have, you know, personal one-on-one connection and teaching. But I am so glad I did it because I had such a ball, and I think most or all of my students who came had such a ball. It was so relaxing, so fun, and I've been teaching yoga for, you know, over 13 years now. Teaching art is something else completely. In fact, I feel that it's actually more relaxing somehow for me as a teacher, because for yoga, you know, it's very intense. You as a teacher and then them as a student, there's this intensity where everything you say and everything you do and everything you conduct, you're really like a conductor of an orchestra. Everything you say and do is happening. So it's intense and beautiful and meditative and really deep. But for art, it's a bit more chill because there's the supplies, there's the paper, there's the paint, there's the brushes, there's the subject that we're painting. So it feels like I have an assistant called art in the class, you know? So there's me, there's the students, and then there's the magic that happens in between. I can actually sit back and I give a bit of instructions and things just magically appear. I get direct feedback straight away, and the most mind-blowing amazing thing is watching everyone's art just emerge organically, beautifully. Anyway, I won't go too deep into it because this video is about, this video is about 2023 wrap up. Yep, so that's it. My in-person workshop, I enjoyed so much. I'm so glad I did. So that wraps up the 7 things that I feel were the highlight of my artist life in 2023. Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Am I bragging? Am I inspiring? I'd love to know. I think what I'll do is I'm just gonna tell you the 3 things that I had on my list of goals to do in 2023 that I didn't get around to, and why and how I feel about them. So the first one, I had a goal that I wanted to paint larger paintings. So I wanted to go bigger. I like painting big, and I guess big for me now would be something like this, 15 by 10. I do struggle with anything a little bit smaller, but I wanted to go like half sheet and even full sheet watercolor paper. At this point, I had only created 1 painting that was full size, and it's this one. And I feel like I haven't been able to come back to painting anything this big. I'm not sure why. I'm scared. I don't want to waste supplies. I don't know what to paint, yada yada. But the truth is, I just didn't get around to painting anything super large. And the few ones that I did that was half size, I felt like I was happy with them, but just a little bit still hesitant. So that's something that I want to work on. The second thing that I didn't get around to doing in 2023 was to create some kind of online paid course or Patreon or membership. I've been toying with the idea of creating either one of them so that I can supplement my artist income. Since I started my YouTube channel, I knew that I could teach, and based on feedback and during the online course that I did with Pen Art Studio, I had some really good feedback about what I could offer as an art teacher. So I sat around and I came up with ideas, but I just haven't been able to flesh any of it out yet because, as you see, I was crazy busy with other things. So it's something that I'm definitely going to be working on. It's important for an artist to feel like an artist can continue doing what they do, and something paid from my students would be wonderful. So I really do thank you all so much for supporting my YouTube channel for this long, but I'm definitely thinking of some kind of membership or an online course that will help me with that. And it will go deeper into the content, will go deeper into painting, into the process. And flesh everything out a lot more. So stay tuned for that. The third thing that I didn't get around to doing was start creating my surface pattern design library. So I bought a course from Cass Della and I started doing her course. Her course is basically surface pattern design. And surface pattern design is basically how do you get your painting from the painting into the computer, making a pattern within, how do you sell it to brands, collaborate with stationery, bedding, wallpaper, that sort of thing. So as a watercolor artist who paints flowers, I do realize that it's actually one of the ways that I can help, do more of this for my career. And who doesn't like to see their designs and paintings on products, right? And floral watercolor, the colors that I do, the style that I paint in, it's sort of really no-brainer, I think, that it would look great on the walls and on bed sheets and things like that. So I'm really hoping to get really into the course next year and start creating my library. Let me know if you have any questions on that, or if you are also an artist and you do surface pattern design. I'd love to know. All right, so finally, let's talk about the few things that I want to do in 2024. Apart from the 3 that I just mentioned that I didn't get around to doing it, these are a few more things that I really want to start doing. I want to teach more in-person workshops. I love doing it so much. I think it's so important to balance online stuff with real life stuff. And I'm going to definitely be doing more workshops here in my studio. So make sure you hop onto my mailing list to get first dibs on when I am doing my next workshops. I only can fit maximum 8 to 10 people here in my studio at any one time, and I like to keep it small anyway, so yes. I also want to do more in-person workshops elsewhere, I have dreams of doing art retreats overseas in beautiful places like Europe and Bali, or even just Tasmania. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in coming on an art retreat with me, some kind of art place. And if you live in those places and you know of venues that would be perfect for an art retreat or a weekend art workshop, let me know in the comments. I wanna collaborate more with other artists next year. I think that's always fun to do and so important to connect with other artists that I've met on Instagram and here on YouTube, maybe make videos together. I must admit, I'm not the best at initiating things like that because I just feels like I'm really so busy in my own world. So I do rely on other artists reaching out to me. So if you are a watercolor artist and you have a YouTube channel or whatever and you want to collaborate with me, please reach out because I'd love to do something. I'm just not the best at starting the conversation, but I'm definitely on if you want to do something together. I'm also considering things like subbing out some of the work that I don't necessarily like doing, like maybe getting an editor to edit my videos, maybe getting a virtual assistant to help me out with the bits and bobs and nicks and knacks of day-to-day artist life so that I can concentrate more on painting and doing the things I love. I also am considering sort of like working on my branding. And I'm from marketing background, so I can sort of do that, but it would be nice to work with a professional design agency to redesign everything for me, from my logo to my website. I did everything on Canva by myself, like on the fly. I don't like to, I'm not a designer at heart. I have no design training, and I've only started this art thing like literally 3 years ago. But I do have good taste, I think. I know what I like. So if you're a branding person or you know any great branding companies that do great work for solo artists like me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out more. I'd love to also collaborate more with brands that have products that I can use. So this year has been great because I've been working with some brands like Paul Ruben, Meaden, but I love to work with a company that does brushes. So I think a couple of a brush brand has approached me to create something with them, but I haven't exactly said that I would want to come on board yet because I just had so much going on this year. But definitely collaborate more with supplies, because you know I'm a supply addict and I love trying out new stuff, and I'm always welcoming to try new brands of paints and brushes and paper. So that's something that I would love to grow, you know, even get sponsored by some of these brands. Yes, you heard me, brands. If you are interested to work with me, please let me know. And finally, on the art side, on the painting side, I want to have more time to paint more. Just paint more, feel more free with my painting, just push the boundaries, push the edges, experiment with new things. I want to paint more native Australian flora. I've always been a bit resistant, but I find myself slowly gravitating more towards that because that is the environment that I am in. I want to have my own exhibition, collaborating with someone, so doing something more like just really getting into the art a lot more. And that's it. That's my 2023 wrap up and a little bit of a glance into 2024 and beyond. Please let me know in the comments what you think of my goals. Are they too crazy? Should I push myself a little bit more? And how do you plan for your year? How do you prioritize? I'm really into planning. I love dreaming things up. Doing the actual is another thing, but I feel like very excited about next year, and I'm so grateful for the wonderful year that I had. Happy New Year, everyone! If you're watching this when it's just come out, and wishing you all the best for your art journey.